Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to change a D3S light HID bulb in a 2013 Buick Enclave. Alright, so here it is, 2013 Buick Enclave. I'm going to be changing out the passenger side HID D3S light bulb. I'm going to do it the more complex but easier way, where I'm going to be taking off that tire. So I'm going to use the stock jack where you can get in the back of the car, and you can see there's a compartment right there that holds it. It's behind this vent. And there's a clip right there. Just take it off. Take off the stock jack, and then there will be a point underneath the car. Here are the tools that I'll be using. There's the jack. There's the breaker bar. If you have a T-bar, you could use it. If not, you could use the stock one. You're going to need a screwdriver with a star bit, and then a normal flathead screwdriver. Alright, so where we're going to put the jack is we're going to go probably right around this area right here, and there will be a spot where we can put the lip of the jack. And let's see if this thing can focus. I'll be putting the jack point right around here. Okay? Right there. Alright, here I have the jack, and it's mounted right there. So we can focus. See that there's a lip? There'll be a lip in the actual jack that you could put there. And then don't jack up the car yet. Alright, don't jack it up yet. We're going to break the nuts loose on the actual wheel itself. So just go ahead and take off the plate. That just pops off. Take that off. And then there will be 6 nuts. So what we're going to do is we're going to break them loose, and then we're going to jack the car up. Alright. One important thing when you're taking off these nuts is you want to go in some sort of like opposite star pattern. So I'm going to break this nut loose and then go to this one. Break that nut loose. Then I'll go to this side, break that loose, then go opposite side. And then there, and then there. Alright. Alright, I broke them loose a little bit. Here you can see I could turn it, but I'm not taking it off all the way. Because if I do that, the pressure of the car will bust these nuts off, and you don't want that. No premature busting nuts. And then we are going to just jack the car up. So I'm doing this one-handed, so it's going to take a while, but I'm just going to pause the video. Get in there. Then I'm just going to jack it up. Jack it up till about the wheel gets a couple millimeters, maybe a centimeter above the ground. If you have a T-bar, this will probably be a little bit easier, but my T-bar, it won't work because it's too low to the ground for this jack. So I'm just doing this fashion right here until the car raises. So this may take about a minute or two. Reason why I'm doing all of this to change the headlights, because I tried doing it the other way where you turn the wheel into the car and then you could like peel this shield back, but it doesn't give you much room. And when I like to work on my cars, I like to have as much room as possible, even if I have to go the little extra mile to taking the wheel off and taking the splash shield off. It's much easier. And once I show you how easy it is, and you can actually get into the wheel well and look at the light, it will be so much easier to change. So this is just going a little bit extra mile. Alright, now that I jacked up the wheel high enough, we got a little bit of play down there. All I'm going to do is take off these nuts and then take the wheel off. If they're pre-loosened, you could probably do it by hand. Let me double check everything. Oh, that one's a little hard. Oh, got it. Alright. So, go ahead and take all these nuts off. make sure you put them somewhere. I'm laying on some a blanket, and I'm gonna put all of these nuts in the hubcap that it came with. Fortunately, my Buick came with hubcaps. Yay. It's not so much a hubcap, but hubcap center. And as you get to the last bolt, the wheel is trying to come off, so I'm gonna have to use 2 hands for this probably. Yep, 2 hands. Alright. Alright, now that I have the wheel off, I'm gonna use your star bit screwdriver, and you're gonna take off 7 screws. So they'll all be along right here. These are all the stars, and that's 5. There's going to be 2 more underneath. Let's see if you could see it. There. There's one. There's the other. I have a random screw right there, see? I'll have to take that off too. Then, after you take those stars off, you're going to pop off these little tabs to take off the wheel well. I believe that there are... Let's count together. There's going to be 1 right here that you're going to pop off. Does this look attached? We may have to pop that one off. Right there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Up here, 6. And then, is that it? Oh no, 2 down here, 7 and 8. So, to pop those off, just use a small flathead screwdriver, and then just go ahead and pop these tabs off. And then you'll have full access to the headlights, and it'll look so much easier. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like behind the splash shield. Alright. I took off 7 screws and then 7 of these tabs. These little tab things go into there. So I should be able to just wiggle off this splash shield pretty easy, and I should be able to see the light right behind it. So let me wiggle it off, and then I'll show you what you can see. So there, I wiggled it off pretty easy. And then look at all that room you have now. If I didn't take this off, there would have been a wheel right here, and then you had to probably have wedged your hand, and like you could barely reach it. Like this is the light cover right here. But now that I took it off, I have all this room, and I could come from many different angles. So you just twist this off, and then bam, you get to see your light. From here, there's like a black tab. You could probably see it right there in the middle of my finger. Whoops. Middle of my finger, there's this black tab right there. You twist that and it should let this light loose. So let me see if I can get it real quick. Alright, I just twisted it. Once I twisted it, should be able to just pull this out now. Alright, there you go. Now one thing, you see that weird metal looking thing? That actually holds the light together, and then there's a black tab. Let's see where it is. Black tab right there that you twist it clockwise and it'll squeeze it together, and that holds in the light. So from here, just undo this plug, hold your light, and then pull it from this actual piece right here so you don't damage the harness, and then replace the light. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, here are the stock light bulb to the right, the Philips, what's it say? Xenon Eco Start. that is what your stock bulb is, and then I'm replacing it with an aftermarket one. It just says HID Xenon. This is a D3S 35 watt 6000K bulb. It's a little bluer than the stock ones. I just got them on Amazon, so you could choose whatever you want, but I'm replacing it with that one. So when you're changing it, make sure you hold the bulb by the base. Don't ever touch the glass, because if you get the oils from your fingers on here and it burns bright, then it could crack your bulbs. So don't do that. And if you replace one side, you should probably replace both headlights, because then they'll be different, unless you have two of the same exact bulbs on each side. So, but one side, my driver's side light, blew up, or it just cracked, so I replaced it, and I looked at it, one was yellow, one was blue, so I was like, well, I gotta change both sides now, so I decided to do this video. So basically we're just gonna do everything in reverse. So we're going to plug this into the harness, and then plug it into its hole there, and then pull the tab clockwise, and then seal it up and put everything back. So, alright, here I go. One thing what you want to do before you close everything up and put everything back together, once you put your light in there and you put that tab to lock it in clockwise, give it a little tug to make sure that it doesn't come out easy. Alright, so once you put it in and that those little metal arms, they hold it in place, push it in and you should get like a little extra security. You'll feel it, and then you'll pull that tab clockwise, turn it clockwise, and you'll feel it actually really hug it. So give it a little pull, make sure it doesn't come off, and then yep, then we're good to go. So go ahead and put that back on. Yep, that's good. And then we'll put this back with all the screws, and then we'll put the wheel back and lower it, and we're good to go. When you get to put the wheel back on, just like how we loosen the nuts, we're going to tighten them in that star opposite pattern. So once the wheel is on, hand tighten the nuts and then lower it. Once it's lowered, go back and then torque these to, then torque them down. Alright. And then that's it. So lights should be good. It's in the daytime right now and the lights won't work. But maybe I'll take another video of it at night to see what it looks like. But that is how you change the headlight bulbs in a 2013 Buick Enclave. The ones that use HIDs, I believe 2013s and above, they all use HIDs. So remember, your bulb is a D3S if you ever want to change them. And they're expensive. Alright. Hope this was informative for you. I'd like to thank you for viewing. So here is the new headlights I put in. D3S 6K HID bulbs. That's what they look like. Pretty blue. Bluer than stock. See if I can get closer. See what it really looks like. There you go. So, not bad. See if I could. That's the display of them. Got my dogs in the way. So, there you go.